Hey, Cool Springs. Good to see you. We are here for episode 4 of Truth, Beauty, and Goodness. And today is a little, you can notice the background is different, may even look familiar to you. I am in the sanctuary of Christ Presbyterian Church. And guess who else is? Melanie.
This is confusing.
Right there. And Joe, who is right there.
Good job.
We just finished recording worship service for Sunday, and so we are in the same room, social distancing, but we thought it might be fun to do this way. So anyway, hey everybody. I am going to tackle truth today. I'm going to take that part, and Melanie's going to do beauty, and Joe is going to come up with something, anything.
I got it.
Come up with something. He's got it. Here's the goodness that I want, or the truth that I want to talk about today. And that is being here in this room. It's an empty sanctuary, right? And so this room during our services, which incidentally we have begun pre-recording, just so letting the cat out of the bag. We've been pre-recording so that we have a little bit more control over technology working the way it's supposed to. We've been doing the services in here now for, I guess, 8 weeks, maybe longer. It feels like a long time, but there's something very unnatural about watching worship on a screen. I'm thankful for the technology that we have to be able to do that, but at the same time, we were meant to gather together, and all of the language that the Lord uses when he talks about the church is that we are the body of Christ, that we're one body made up of many parts, and that presumes a measure of proximity. And so it's been one of the things that I think has been reinforced in my own heart is just that the church, when the Lord created the church, he wasn't messing around. He wasn't just giving us something to occupy our time with, but he was giving us community, and he was giving us fellowship, and he was giving us people to walk through life with. And it's such a gift, and I miss it. And we're in the process right now of figuring out what reentry looks like and what that process looks like gradually and what safety looks like for all of that. And we'll give you more information about that soon as things begin to lock in a little bit more. And so much is up in the air just in terms of, what may change in terms of the spread of the virus. But we do have a plan that we're actively working on, which hopefully we'll be able to talk about pretty soon. So, but that being said, the church is a gift, and it's a gift that the Lord has given us. And it warms my heart even to be where I am right now, where I'm probably about 20 feet from Melanie and probably about 30 feet from Joe. Being in the same room with them is a sweet thing. And I can't wait for that to be the case for all of us. So that's what I wanted to say about the church, is that we are one body made up of many parts, and it's a pretty unnatural thing for us to not be gathering together. And we look forward to doing that again. So that's what I wanted to say about that. Melanie, what do you got for us?
I have something beautiful to share.
Yay!
Russ, you need to mute your computer.
You do?
Yes. Then we won't get an echo. Look at that. Well, no, you muted yourself don't mute the Zoom, mute your volume on your computer.
Cool.
And then unmute you on Zoom so that you can speak and we can hear you.
Did I do it? Did
Yes.
the old man figure out technology?
Great job. Okay, so the beautiful thing that I'm going to share is actually a story that I heard on NPR on my way in. And I'm not typically a crier, and this actually made tears well up in my eyes when I was driving for the first time in 2 weeks. So super safe combination. But they were interviewing all of these hospital directors across the country about the songs that they play for patients who have recovered from COVID and get to leave the hospital. Look, I'm even getting goosebumps talking about it. We hear so much about death and death as a result of the pandemic. But the people that are close to death and then survive, they make these tunnels of doctors and nurses and administrators, and they play songs. They play there was a Beatles song, and the Rocky theme song. A hospital in Pennsylvania plays like the Rocky theme song, and then Journey's Don't Stop Believin'. And so anyway, you should go back and listen to this NPR story because it was so emotional. Just this mental image of these patients leaving the hospital after weeks to just a parade of like Don't Stop Believin' by Journey. And it's just beautiful. Like, it's just the kind of transcendental power of music and the joy and the triumph of the human spirit, even in the middle of this, and how just it was really beautiful. And I highly recommend it.
Man. Okay, so that's on NPR?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
Very cool. All right, for my goodness. So Russ shared last week about he showed his pencil and his other stuff, which, always have one handy. Actually, I have another one in my pocket too. So anyway,
we should, before you continue, Joe, sorry to interrupt, but I should mention that Price Rayner had a hard time getting his head around us using pencils.
He did. It's true. We're a pen family. We use pens.
Anyway, as you were.
We're like a spreadsheet family. Anyway, so I've always been a big journaler. Like I like journaling. It helps me get my head slightly straighter than normal. But sometimes that can feel overwhelming. But I've gotten into drawing lately, really bad. But like learning perspective and how to make vanishing points and things that, a really beautiful office building.
It's like that Pam in The Office when she paints.
Yes,
the
it's just
outside
like
of Dunder
Pam's in The
Mifflin.
Office.
That's what that looks like.
That'll be a car. We'll turn that into a car.
Yeah.
But it has been surprisingly relaxing and calming and soothing, even though it's not like I'm going to go post this on. I might frame this one. But look, that one's so bad I wrote, wow. But it's like a different kind of creativity. So maybe you have a normal creative expression, and maybe right now that just doesn't feel quite right because everything's crazy right now. I feel like something different that you don't even have to share with people on Zoom. A different creative thing, whether that's something like drawing or painting or music or whatever. Change things up. It's good for your heart.
That's cool. I had a friend in Kansas City when I was pastoring there who was a designer at Hallmark, because Hallmark is headquartered in Kansas City, has his Applebee's. It tells you.
It explains so much.
Anyway, he makes his kids draw. And I asked him once, I said, are they talented? And he said, drawing is a basic learned skill. It's something anybody can do if you learn the fundamentals like perspective and things like that. And that kind of shook me. I haven't since learned all that. But I think he's right. I think there are a lot of things that are probably like that, where they're as much a learned skill as they are something that's a God-given talent. Musical instruments are that way too. So,
and there's lots of good YouTube videos that teach you how to make buildings.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Awesome. Okay, everybody. Well, hey, great seeing you. I
miss you.
Show you again. There's Melanie. There's Joe. All right, and this is us signing off until next time.
Bye.